Knowing this learner's strengths definitely made all the difference. So assessment guides instruction. Notice that I use the word guides, not drives, because there are a lot of other things that we consider as we plan for differentiated instruction, like our knowledge of pedagogy, of effective practice, our knowledge of child development, the standards, the community's expectations, and so on. There are probably a lot of things that we could read here. So my point is that assessment is one of the things, an important one, but just one of the things that guides instruction. Let's talk a little more about respectful tasks and flexible grouping. Remember that when you differentiate a lesson, the different tasks that you create need to be equally appealing, not a dry old boring one for one group and an interesting task for another. The differentiated tasks also need to be equally powerful, focusing on enduring understandings that you've identified and requiring complex thinking. Too often, for example, kids in the low reading group get stuck with literal level questions as if an inability to decode meant inability to think. It doesn't. We're going to return to the topic of flexible grouping today, thinking about how assessment might guide the creation of these groups. This means that students are consistently working in a variety of purposefully planned groups based on different elements of student learning. And they're grouped both homogeneously and heterogeneously in regard to those elements, sometimes the same, sometimes different. So the game plan that we create for instruction includes differentiated tasks that are tightly aligned with the KUDs, that are based on formative assessment, and that are responsive to readiness, interest, and learning profile. They also need to be respectful. And we include flexible grouping so that we can maximize the growth for each learner. Let's look at pre-assessment in action. We're going to watch two short clips, video clips, one from a kindergarten class and one from 5th grade. After you watch, jot down in your notes for today one thing that's similar and one thing that's different about these two examples.